we are terrible YouTubers. So, bed is off. Bed is over here. We got all of our wires tucked up nicely. We're gonna pull it out, pressure wash it, bring it back in here, and figure out the basic framework and try to get that done tonight. So we lit our saw on fire. It like melted the part right there. Whoopsie. That's what you get. Okay. So first piece. This is how wide the camper will be. And this piece will go here. About like that. Exactly. Except straight. Alright, so I'm still a pretty crummy YouTuber, but I'm trying. We're trying to make the frame of the flatbed sit in line with the rake of the truck. And the way we're going to do that is with these pipes that will be welded to the side of the frame. It's not going to be like it's sitting on top of this. It will be like it's sitting on the side of this, and this is just acting as a little spacer to give it, to make it the difference in height from all of the irregularities in the frame. We're just getting this all welded together now, and then as soon as my help comes back, I'm gonna pick it up and we're gonna put it back on the flatbed or on the frame and make sure our spacers are aligned correctly, and then take it back off, weld the spacers on, put it back on, and then we can start figuring out where we want the wheel wells to be, how we want to make the wheel wells, and getting all that tacked together. And then the frame is done. And then it's time to go get the aluminum and throw the aluminum on there and paint it, and then the flatbed's done. And then it's time to make the camper. Super fast, super simple. So I have it so that it's sitting where I want it. It's sitting on this piece here, which is welded on already, so that's set in stone. And then it's going to sit on a piece that will be this, that will sit right on there and replace that block of wood. And it will sit just like that, but right where the block of wood is. And then there will be this piece, which will be welded to this piece of angle steel, which will then be welded to the frame, and that will hold it on at the back. And that, it's not perfect, but it should be in line with the walls of, or with the lines on the truck and the slider, and should all sit nice and level when the suspension is compressed. That's all done. Well, not done, but everything is tacked on. You can see that's how it'll sit on the frame. I am thrilled with how this is turning out already. So, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start digging into this, and I'm gonna cut myself 2 5-foot chunks that are gonna run from there to there on each end. One there, one here. And once I do that, then I can start figuring out the wheel wells. And it's gonna start looking like a flatbed again. Well, not again, a flatbed for once. Okay, so I just took that all apart because I wanted to make sure that that all sat right where I wanted it and was mocked up really good. Took it all apart, so now I can use those as reference, and I can just trace them all to make them for this side and make it exactly perfect and matching, and it'll just, both of them will just slide right up in there on the other side, and they'll be perfect. And I can use those same exact pieces as reference to do another piece on the inside. I haven't decided if I'm going to do 2 layers here to mount the wheel well to, or if I'm just going to make separate little pieces to hold on the fenders and stuff. So, okay, I'm going to cut all those out and then weld them together for real this time and put them back on. Okay, so I'm sitting here editing this video, and I'm realizing how much of this I didn't film, because this is what it looks like now, and it's just about done, and it's sitting on the truck. Oops. And I have no footage from welding on the skeleton of the fenders to now. So I'll walk you through what I did. I cut out panels for the exterior, welded those onto the skeleton that you saw, made fender pieces, and then just bent those over. This is just 16 gauge steel, welded on, nothing special to it. It's pretty lightweight steel. It's nothing super strong or structural, but it's plenty for what this is, and it's plenty strong enough, and it keeps weight down. This whole thing is fairly light. I can lift it up by myself, no problem. I can take it on and off by myself, sort of difficultly. We decided, instead of aluminum, to go with a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. It's a lot more structural. There's no support in between the two big rails that you saw underneath there. And it's a hell of a lot cheaper than aluminum. It was like $60 for the 2 sheets that I needed for this, as opposed to like $500 for aluminum. So we went with plywood. This will all be epoxied and painted and bed lined. So it'll be totally watertight, totally strong, totally all right. And if I need to replace it in 3 years because it's rotten, I'll replace it in 3 years and it'll cost me $60. Same on this side. Same exact thing as what was on the other side. These little cubbies will have a little door on there. It'll be a storage space for tow ropes, etc., stuff like that, recovery gear. This plate here, I didn't exactly tell you what this is. This is just a piece of 16 gauge steel that I had a local guy bend into a C-channel type plate, and then I cut the corners out of and folded them up and welded them together to give myself a little bit more of a shape, like that flatbed shape, like that, which I think turned out pretty good. Once I go over it all with the grinder and clean it up nice, it'll look good, I think. So that's going to be it for this video. Flatbed is done-ish. The frame at least is, and it's all put together. The next video will be finishing the flatbed, so it'll be a part 2 to the flatbed build. I'm going to go over all of the wiring of all of my lights, painting the plywood, painting and coating the flatbed. It'll be a pretty good video, and I'm gonna film it all. I'm gonna film it all, and it's gonna be good. And I'm not gonna forget to film half of the entire thing like I did with this one. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. If you like more just like time lapses and stuff, that's totally fine. And if you want me to go more in depth with what I'm doing, let me know. I can totally do that. I really like making videos like this, and I think it's fun, and I like building stuff, and I like sharing it with you guys. So who knows? Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.